My first animal rescue brought the time when, apart from Grenfell, I've come closest to being seriously injured during my entire time in the fire brigade. A horse was stuck in a ditch on a farm, which wasn't an unusual incident on Ruislip's ground. One of the good things about transferring to Wembley and riding the FRU was that the machine could be mobilised to anywhere in London. As I was still on the White Watch, I'd often come across my ex-colleagues when we attended jobs on their fireground. We turned up with the animal rescue gear, which consists of different sized harnesses that we secure around the animal, and also a range of different sized strops and some other ancillary equipment to help with lifting. The RSPCA were on the scene as well, which always helps with animal rescues. This was one of those times where you can do all the training in the world, learning perfectly how to secure the strops, exactly which bit goes where on the horse, but when you're confronted by a distressed horse in a ditch, it's a different kettle of fish. This was a huge horse, and he wasn't a happy boy, lying on his side, stuck in a muddy, wet ditch. Despite all my training, I felt like I didn't have a clue what to do, so I decided to take a step back and follow the lead of some of the others who had more experience of this type of incident. The RSPCA officer gave the horse a shot of something to calm it down, and we started putting on the strops. I was carefully securing the strops at the horse's rear, kneeling down while I worked and mirroring my colleague on the opposite side to make sure I was doing it right. I had my helmet on, as usual, but with my visor up so my face was exposed. Then, with no warning or build-up, I felt something whoosh across the front of my face so fast I barely saw it. I blinked and it was over. It was one of the horse's rear hoofs. The horse had kicked out from nowhere in my direction and missed my face by an inch, if that. I stepped back and looked at one of my colleagues, and he was wide-eyed. "That was a close shave, Ed," he said, and then got back to work, somewhat less calm than he was before. It took me a little longer to compose myself, but we got the horse out safely without any more dramas. From that day on, I have always had my visor down on animal rescues. If a horse ever kicks out at me again, which fortunately it hasn't, I'd probably still suffer serious damage, but without it, I could easily be killed. I was lucky that day. My head would have taken the brunt of a horse's kick, and although I can be hard-headed at times, the human skull is not built to withstand that kind of impact. I was involved in the rescue of a few more horses after that first one, but never again did I take my eye off the ball. The old joke about being a firefighter is that you spend your time rescuing cats stuck up trees. But that has never happened in my career, not once. I know plenty of firefighters who have rescued cats from all sorts of places, but I haven't. I did rescue a deer once, though. It was at Ruislip Lido. The poor fawn had got its head caught up in the railings and was severely distressed. We used a tool which is handy in all sorts of situations, the Holmatro spreader. This is a high-powered bit of kit, which, as the name suggests, spreads things apart. More commonly, it's used to open car boots or remove doors from their hinges at road traffic collisions, but it's very useful at other times too, as this deer found out. Once the railings had been parted far enough, the deer pulled its head out and trotted off towards some trees in the distance, just getting on with its day. The most embarrassing, possibly all my rescues, came when we were called to the Welsh Harp, a reservoir between Hendon and Wembley Park in London. There was a pub next to a small footbridge over the area to which we were called, and reeds below it as you looked down into the river. Our fire rescue unit was called out to swan trapped in lake. The incident was this. A swan had got stuck in the reeds. Someone had dialed 999, and it occurred to us all that the proximity of the pub might well have had something to do with the call being made. It was a late afternoon on a sunny day after all, and there were people sitting outside the pub, drinking and enjoying the sunshine and scenery.